Said I'm going across the land looking for stuff. I'm looking for a horse to steal. I'm gonna steal this horse, gonna steal this horse, I'm gonna steal this horse. I'm gonna steal this horse, gonna... Oh god, it's dark. Oh, witchcraft! Witchcraft! What is going on, guys and girls? My name is James, or ThnxCya, and welcome back to another Minecraft mod spotlight. And today we are going to be taking a look at the fantastic You Will Die mod. Yeah, so it sounds quite ominous, I'm not going to lie to you, but believe me, it's really cool, because this is kind of like one of those. It was actually one of the mods that was originally made in the 96-hour sort of mod jam type Mojang thing in 2013. So it's basically like a roguelike inspired mod, which strives to make Minecraft more difficult. Yay! So yeah, as like rewards, it adds like loads of different rewards in, it adds new traps, it adds mystery potions, weapon stats, blessings, more dungeons, more goals, and more secret little bits and pieces through the mods. So it says for best effect you can play it on hardcore mode. So I'd kind of recommend, if you are going to play this mod, to do it on normal mode, because it's already quite hard. So obviously it's kind of like a hardcore version of normal mode. Does that make any sense at all? We'll see how we go along. So yeah, this is going to be quite difficult to spotlight because a lot of these things that are in this mod are kind of strewn about the world. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of go through them one by one. I'm going to explain them, this, that, and the other. And the first thing that I'm going to talk about is when you actually generate into your world, you gain an ability, so a specialist ability, and you also gain a weapon, no, not a weapon, like a world-style disadvantage. So if it's still actually, there we go. See, what happens here is when I actually spawned into this world, now these are randomized, so you don't really know what you're going to get. But for example, mine one was that the tougher mobs disadvantage showed up, which means that hostile enemies take 25% less damage. So if I play this world save, what will happen is that every single mob that I will encounter that's a hostile one will take less damage. So I'm going to have to, be a bit more tactful. I'm going to have to use more arrows. I'm going to have a few more hits in order to take things down. And my overall world goal for this is to actually kill one ender dragon. So yeah, I think there's actually 7 different types of disadvantage for you to discover. I've only discovered a few of them, so yeah, if you are going to install this mod, let me know in the comments what you actually got. But I've seen another one, which was that I had to, it was like continuous night, so I couldn't see anything. It was always dark, like perma-dark and stuff. And yeah, there's loads of cool little ones and stuff like that for you to do. And obviously the world goal, kill one ender dragon. I've had ones which are set lapis blocks alight, I've had set emerald blocks alight, that kind of thing. So yeah, it's kind of just a bit random what you get, really. Now, another feature about this, just before we see some physical items, is the blessing system. So players are given a blessing when they join the world. So you can swap these blessings out at a pillar that gen around the world. So for example, what you do is you click on X as default next to the pillar and you can change your blessing. We're going to come back to that a little bit later on in the video, but as you can see, what it says here is my current blessing is the blessing of the alchemist, which means that all potions that I make act like wildcard potions, which means that I won't know what's going to happen if I were to use it, which is kind of cool. So I'm going to show you that a bit later on when we find a pillar. But yeah, the first thing I see when I gen in my world is nothing. Or is it? Because what happens in this world is that traps spawn all around the world and can only be seen while sneaking and within a 6-block radius. So there is a reason why I'm standing here. For example, if I sneak and right click and walk very slowly. Where is it? Where is it? It was here at some point. Oh, there it is. Okay, so this is a trap. Now, as you can see, if I'm walking normally, you can't see these. And there's actually a few different style of ones. I think there's 3. You can actually craft these, I believe, but I'm going to show you them. So this is kind of one that a wild trap appeared, sort of Pokemon style. So these are all about your world. I just hit my finger. Ouch. Oh, I was gesticulating too hard. Alright, okay, so yeah, you can see these things here. They're the traps. Now, this one is the smoke trap. You can also, as well as that, if I dig in here, we can get the spike trap, we can get the flame trap, and we have the smoke trap. So these things are, randomly in the world. They're invisible up until you hit shift, so you can crouch. They're visible within a 6-block radius, and of course, these things are going to do damage on you if you are to run into them. So, how much damage I don't actually know. Should we try it? Yeah, let's try it. Alright, so I'm going to stick a bed down here. I'm going to turn it into night. Gonna sleep in the bed. Sleep. There we go. Alright, okay. So, yeah, these are pretty awesome. So, what you can actually do is if you run into them, you can actually disarm them. but you only have a 25% of actually disarming it. So I'm going to, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm probably going to move away slightly from this bed just in case things get a bit crazy. But yeah, I'm going to stick a spike trap down here. Now, if you want to disarm it, what you can do is right click it. Oh, that was lucky. But you have a 75 chance of actually failing this, which is kind of tricky. You have to basically... I'm actually going to go into survival mode to do this. So, ooh, oh, sweet. Okay, so it's not actually too bad to disable them. You disarm... Oh, and you can salvage them as well sometimes, which means you can use them wherever you want. So let's actually see how much damage they do. So this is the spike trap. Obviously, this is invisible until you walk into it. Have I put it too close to the tree? Oh, X to examine? What? Oh, it's because it's placed by me. Okay, so when you place them down by yourself, they don't actually activate on you, which is pretty sweet. So let's try the smoke trap. Oh! Okay, so smoke trap, it doesn't actually do any damage to you, but what it does is it gives you slowness and it gives you blindness. So that's pretty cool. I like that a lot. Obviously, if you were fighting mobs and stuff and you were kind of, looking around and then all of a sudden you got smoke trapped, it would be really difficult to kind of see where you're going. So let's actually try and find a few more of these. You have to be kind of careful where you go. I wonder... This would actually be really good if I looked in a desert biome, because I think that would be more flat land. So, oh, that's another smoke trap there. So, whoop. So it seems the smoke traps quite like spawning, but I'd like to show you the other two traps. I also really like the way, obviously, if you manage to disarm it by right-clicking it with nothing in your hand, you can actually sometimes use them for your advantage. Oh, there's a fire trap. Ah! Okay, so as you can see here, we've got fire damage. I wonder how long it lasts. We can see we've got, what, 3 hearts, 4 hearts, 4 hearts. 4 hearts of damage for the fire trap. So as you can see, that's quite a lot. It's something that you don't really want to be doing too often. We're going to have a look for another trap here. Oh, smoke trap. So they're not like super OP in terms of how many they spawn sort of in and around an area, but as you can see, they're kind of in very random locations because obviously it's a random spawning system. So yeah, it's kind of a case of you've got to get quite lucky when you find them, because there is a high percentage chance that you are actually going to run into one. So I think what we've seen maybe, I don't know, 4 or 5 traps. Kind of, we've not really been looking too hard for it. We've not really covered that much of an area, but they are fairly plentiful. And of course, with the 6-block radius, it's a little bit tricky. There's no, item in order to detect them, which I think would be quite cool, actually. Although, having said that, nah, it's more fun to kind of run into them. But yeah, ooh, that's actually leading us on to another thing. Ah, there it is. There's a spike trap. Fantastic. So we're going to have a look, see how much damage this does. Ow! Alright, that's a little bit... Yeah, that's not too bad, actually. So, as you can see, you've triggered the spike trap, you've got the flame trap, and you've got the smoke trap, which is pretty damn awesome. Okay, so moving on to another aspect of this mod, let me just go back into creative mode. Dungeons are now 13 times more likely to gen above ground, and they'll also gen with spawners and chests and stuff. So this, for example, is one of the main dungeons. Oh, we've got some pillars here. That's going to be really useful for the next bit. But yeah, this is just a standard dungeon that you will find. So what you will find is that at the bottom, it actually has a pillar. Now, this is the... Oh, should we do this bit first? Yeah, we might as well. So this bit is the blessings. Now, basically, as I said, the blessing that I gained when I spawned into the world was the alchemist one, which means that the potions, which we're going to look at in a second, are completely random. So as you can see, all the letterings and stuff are going absolutely insane. But what can happen is if you click X on one of these, you can actually change your blessing into something else. So what I've done there is I've pressed X and I've actually now obtained the blessing of the vampire, which means you heal... Let's have a look. Hang on. No, come back. You heal 7% of damage dealt to enemies, and in direct sunlight, you take 20% more damage and deal 20% less damage. So that's a really great blessing if you're someone who likes to fight by night, but not so good if it's in the daytime. Let's check this one out as well. This one is Blessing of the Inferno. So it says you don't take fire damage, which is pretty awesome, but you do 35% damage whilst on fire and take damage when wet. That's interesting. So as you can see, it's really cool. It has like an RPG style blessing and buffing effect, but with positive and negative. And this is Blessing of the Paratrooper, which is a great one for me because you don't take full damage. So yeah, each pillar has a different blessing. It's up to you to search the world and try and find one which you like. So that's really awesome. I like the blessing system an awful lot. But anyway, let's take a look at this dungeon. So there's a few different dungeons and stuff, I think. We're going to do this one here. But as you can see, this is fairly... Oh, This is another feature as well. Forgot to tell you about this. The mobs have randomly generated levels. So it kind of makes it really hard, but it gives you a level system from 1 to 5. So the levels change on how much health the mob has, and every level 5 mob will be giving a blessing. So use the examine key to see if the mob has a blessing. So are any of these level 5? No, this is level 1, level 2, level 3. Obviously, like, if I was in sort of creative mode and survival mode even, these would be going mad, but it's a good way to kind of examine them. So level 2, level 3, obviously the higher the level, the more health it's going to have, so it's going to be more difficult to take down. I'd like to kind of see a level 5 one, actually. Level 1, level 1. Oh, and this is actually the top of the dungeon, so it has a chest in it. Now this once again actually brings us on to another awesome feature, because these are like special mystery potions which you can find. You can actually craft them using special mushrooms that spawn all around the world. They're like different coloured mushrooms, but you can also find them obtained in loot chests. So it's a completely random potion basically, and you can sort of see that they have different numbers on them. Now, this kind of like has a small percentage to drop from mobs as well, which I think is pretty sweet. Let's just make that a little bit quieter. But yeah, kind of, there are 13 of them different in total, 12 to discover, and the 13th one is the wild card potion. So if you remember back to my blessing of the alchemist, that made every single potion a wild card, which is pretty crazy. But yeah, what else can I tell you about these? Once you've drank one in the world, you'll permanently know the potion's ability. Ah, it's so clever. So what you can do is, obviously this one's completely random. So if I'm going to drink this, now I know that this potion is a jump boost potion. So that means that the one with the V on is always going to be a jump boost. So that's pretty sweet. Let's see if we can do another one of these. So this one's, what's that? Yeah, okay, so this is a different one. This is, what, 13? Oh, so 13 is a weakness potion. So obviously you're not going to want to drink that one too much. Obviously they don't tell you in the bottom, so you're going to have to kind of remember which one's which. So let's do a few more of these, actually. Let's just, for the sheer lulz of it, let's just pick some random ones. That's terrible. Terrible picking. Alright, so that's a haste potion. So number, well, I have no idea what number that was. As you can kind of see, you basically have to search the world in order to find all of these potions. And some of them, ooh, that's a splash potion. Will that tell me what? I think the splash potions actually are the craftable ones. Yeah, I think they are. So what you do is you search around the world for these mystery mushrooms. Now, these mushrooms are kind of found in all of the normal places that mushrooms would be found in. So you obviously have to go to the places where the mushrooms would be found. But what you can do is with the different mushrooms, they all have different colours. I don't think we're going to find any anytime soon. Unfortunately, it would have been nice to maybe be sort of semi-near a swamp or something, but I don't think we're going to find any. Do they even spawn underground anymore? I have no idea. I played too much modded Minecraft. But have we got a swamp anywhere? This is the question. We've got some flowers. If not, I can kind of just show you them. But yeah, there's no secret. Oh, there's a swamp there. Okay, awesome. So there's no real secret to these things. They basically do spawn in and around the normal places for mushrooms. However, they're different coloured. Hopefully we'll actually find some. I don't know if they're that common, to be honest. Let me get rid of all this rubbish. Let's have a look. Ah, there we go. So there's one, for example, there. As you can see, this one is... What? What happened there? I have no idea. Oh, magic mushrooms generate around the world. They are given a random colours per world and can make a special mystery potion. I have no idea why that didn't... Oh, was it because I was in creative mode? Possibly. Yeah. There was a mistake there. Did you spot it? Oh, okay, but yeah, as you can see with the mystery potions and stuff, you can obviously craft them to whatever you want. So if there's one that you think that's pretty good, then you can craft that. I wonder if the potions, yeah, there we go. So for example here, you use the mystery mushroom in order with that one, and we haven't identified that one. I've completely forgotten what it is, so you have to note down which number corresponds to which potion. But as you can see, the mystery potion is a pretty cool thing, especially because it's kind of nice to search the world and to find all the various bits and pieces, and yeah, it's kind of awesome. Right, another feature about this mod, which is also pretty sweet. Are there any traps around here? I don't know. Oh, there's another one. Oh, look at that. So it's a raised one, which is a little bit weird. I think it's because that spawned on top of that mushroom. Ow! Why did I do that? Wow, that was really powerful. I don't like this anymore. I don't trust myself. There we go. So as you can see, there's the mystery mushroom. Don't break them in creative mode because it'll ruin it. Ah! Spoke trap. Yeah, you can see it's kind of random, but it's pretty awesome. Right, so another feature about this mod, which is also great, is that the bows, axes, and swords get a random rank from 1 to 5, which influences its max bonus damage on creation. So armor gets a random rank from 1 to 5, which also influences its max damage reduction. So as well as the mobs having specific levels, which we haven't actually found a level 5 on yet, I might, if we don't find one, actually let's check this dungeon out. Oh, let's actually check this pillar out as well. So you can kind of like search all around, and you want to kind of, oh, what's this? Blessing of the Berserker. So my passive, kills are added to the Berserk counter, and then my active, turn on and off Berserk mode. So while Berserk mode is on, active, you do 30% more damage, and the Berserk counter ticks down every 2 seconds. How do I turn on the Berserk counter? I have no idea, but let's kill something! let's kill something here. Let's see what we can do. I don't really want to die. What is in here? Come on. Skeleton! Level 2. Oh, God. No. Block. Oh, God, there's another one. Oh, I see. It's dropped a potion. As you can see there. Look, look, look. You see it? Oh, don't die. Hang on. Let me turn myself into creative mode. As you see there, it's dropped a potion, which is actually quite rare. It doesn't drop every time, so that's pretty sweet. Yeah, we can see there we've killed 3. I'm gonna leave now. Creative mode. Quick. Get out. For Sparta. But yeah, as you can see, that's pretty awesome, and I'm not too sure where the Berserk counter is exactly, but yeah, that is an ability nonetheless. This is a potion. Let's see what this one is. So number 6 is a potion of water breathing. That's pretty sweet. Let's see what this ability is here. It's Paratrooper again. Okay, so yeah, you kind of search the world looking for all these various bits and pieces. Now, the one thing I do want to do is kind of take a look at the actual crafting side of things. So, for example, because I gave myself that sword, I don't think it's going to give me anything. So let's actually make a few swords here. So let's grab 64 of those, stick that down. Let's turn into creative mode, survival mode even. So let's see what we get. So we're just going to make a few swords here. So, okay, I didn't mean to do that, but that's kind of illustrated my point. So we got a broken diamond sword, modest diamond sword, worn diamond sword, old diamond sword, dull diamond sword, average diamond sword, sharp diamond sword, etc., etc. And obviously all of these have different ranks. So for example, with the broken one, it's rank 1. It has a slight bonus damage, whereas something like the sharp has a rank 3, so it has a +1 bonus damage. So all of these for any weapons which do damage, so axes, bows, and swords, is completely random, but it's a really nice sort of thing to have, basically. Right, now the final feature that I have, I've actually just noticed it at the bottom of the page there. I've completely forgotten. What does that say? Oh, yeah, don't remind me. I want to find a level 5 mob, so I'll do that at the end of the video. But, yeah, another one which I've actually just seen here, which I forgot to actually look into, says that fighting specific mobs and using specific weapon types provides bonuses to damage over time. So you can check your progress with /creature knowledge and /weapon knowledge. So that's kind of interesting, actually. I've not seen that myself. What have I killed with? I've killed with the sword. So we're going to go creature, and then we've got to put the capital in. So we're going to go knowledge. Like so. There we go. So this is my clueless skeleton slayer. So I've had 3 kills. So need to kill 7 more skeletons in order to up my creature knowledge rank, which in turn gives me slight bonus damage when I complete them. So as you can see, there's lots of RPG style effects in this mod, which are really, really awesome. You've got the ability to, identify mobs. You've got special mobs with different ranks, that kind of thing. You've also, of course, got the hidden trap features, which are also kind of awesome. Let's have a look in here. Yeah, you've also got the potions, which are really sweet. One more thing that I haven't actually shown you yet is you have these craftable items. Which is the infused obsidian scepter and the obsidian scepter, which I don't actually know what they do. Are they just hitty things? Let's have a go. Yes, they are. Oh, God. Oh, heal, 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 heal. So, I'm going to show you how to craft these in a minute. They don't do anything specific, I don't think. Let me have a go. Ah! Why you not die? Am I doing this wrong? I'm probably doing this wrong. Hang on. Let me get out of here 1 second. Ow! Get out! Out! There we go. Ooh. Okay, so let's actually have a look how we make these. See, I thought they were like spell staffs, but they obviously aren't. So this is made from, the obsidian one is obsidian, endstone, and obsidian, and then this one is actual one of these, an ender pearl and a book, and then that will give you the infused scepter. So yeah, let me just try and identify what this actually does, and yeah, I'll be right back. Right, figured it out. So it's absolutely nothing to do with mobs whatsoever. It's actually to do with those pillars that we find in and around the world. So there's actually one underneath here. So what it does is a pillar deconstructor. So for example, let's click X here. So we've got Blessing of the Hunters. That's plus 20 projectile damage, which is pretty awesome. But if we actually do that, then we can take this and we can actually take it with us. So this is now the Blessing of the Hunter. So if we get loads that we like, we can actually set them up in our base, which is really awesome. I had no idea you could do this until a few seconds ago. But yeah, you can put all of these different pillars in your base. So for example, when you're going to do a certain thing, you can choose which ability to take with you. So if you're going to go for some PvP style stuff, then you can, increase your projectile damage. If you're going to go like up high building, you can use the paratrooper one, so you take no fall damage, etc, etc. And yeah, you can use these pillars and you can place them wherever you like. So that's really, really awesome. I love that, actually. This is one of the things. I thought it was actually a TARDIS at first. I was like, oh, Doctor Who. But yeah, that's really awesome. So just before we finish, as promised, let's check out if we can get a level 4 mob, a level 5 mob, sorry. So you can kind of see the rarity of these in terms of spawning at level 1. I think they should actually be supercharged, so you should probably see when there is a level 5. They're really, really hard to... Ah, there we go. Oh, 2 in a row. Okay, so this is the creeper level 5, so this is actually a supercharged creeper. If I click on X, apparently, doesn't seem to be anything special about this creeper. There we go. So this creeper level 5 is using the Blessing of the Vampire. So these blessings that we get can actually be used against you. So for example, this dude is going to take more damage in the sunlight, but he's going to take less damage at night. And this guy here, the level 5 one, is using Blessing of the Swamp. Don't know why I popped then. I have no idea what Blessing of the Swamp is. Should we try and find out? Are these random? Take Blessing of the Guardian, take 20% damage from all sources. That's pretty good. Blessing of the Hunter. Blessing of the Inferno. Blessing of the Warrior. I'm killing that creeper. Blessing of the Scout. You can see traps without sneaking. That's really awesome. I like that one a lot. What else have we got? Blessing of the Guardian. Blessing of the Mechanic. You disarm traps and have a 2 times % chance of actually salvaging them, which is pretty sweet. Blessing of the Paratrooper. Blessing of the Scout. Blessing of the Loner. Lower your health, the higher your damage. Oh, okay, that's pretty sweet. Blessing of the Hunter. Blessing of the Mechanic again. Ah, there we go. So your Blessing of the Swamp is your attacks will slow enemies. So as you can see, loads of awesome abilities, loads of awesome traps, loads of really cool dungeons, special potions, that kind of thing. So as you can see, it's a really awesome mod. It's to kind of try and make it a little bit harder. Let me know, what's your favourite part about this mod? In my opinion, I really, really like these pillar buffs. I think they're awesome. They add a really nice sort of advantage and disadvantage to the game in terms of kind of what it's basically like a perk system, I guess. But yeah, I really, really like it. So yeah, thanks so much for watching this video, guys. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed this mod and if you like the idea of super creepers with specialist abilities and especially killing them, then leave a like on this video. Also, if you just enjoyed it in general, then please rate it. That would be super appreciated by myself. Also, if you're not subscribed yet, make sure you do, because we do lots of fun with Minecraft and all that jazz. But until next time, thank you once again for watching. As always, it's been such a pleasure. Thanks, and see ya!